Represented here is two of the 5 largest car manufacturers in the whole shooting match, Ford and Volkswagen. Ford never gets to number 1, but Volkswagen fights with Yoda for number 1 for revenue, for most cars produced. Volkswagen owns pretty much everything. Remember, we got Audi, we've got Porsche, we've got Lamborghini underneath the hood there. Over here, Ford and all of their acquisitions. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Volkswagen Golf and the Ford Mustang. 2 cars with great pedigrees. Been around for decades and decades. Okay? 1964 and a half for the Ford Mustang. I don't exactly know for the first year of the Golf, but I'm saying like 77. I'll put the years up there so we can make sure that we're accurate. 2-liter 4-cylinder, 2.3-liter 4-cylinder. Guess what? Now, this is a 2024 model, so you could have still gotten a manual transmission in this one. But now, no manual transmission is offered. And guess what? In the EcoBoost Mustang, there's no manual transmission offered either way. 7-speed dual clutch, 10-speed automatic. You can't even get paddle shifters in an EcoBoost Mustang unless you get a performance pack. And that might even be on the wishy-washy. I'm not for sure on that, but I'm going to keep saying it until I'm proven wrong otherwise. And I know the internet will prove me wrong when it happens. So here's what we got. We got about 260 horsepower, about 315 horsepower. So the Mustang has 55, 60-ish more horsepower. We're ballparking it right here. Torque, about 275 versus 350. 350 out of that little 4-potter. Both of them are 4-potters. Both of them have turbochargers strapped to them. The Golf is cheaper, but not by much. About $3,000 cheaper. Let's go over here and start with the 2025 EcoBoost Ford Mustang. Done up in grabber blue. We're getting 26 miles combined, 22 in the city, 33 on the highway. 2.3 liters, 10-speed automatic. $41,385. $400 charge for grabber blue. We've got a 20x9 premium painted aluminum shoe for $1,450. 315 rear axle, 265 35/20s. 41.3. So we got leather in there, heated and cooled seats, 10-speed automatic, no paddlers on that steering wheel. It's all about screens. Twin hump dashes, no more, no more. Casey, think people could get in the back seat of that? No. And that is another thing that we're going to move as we move on over here to the Golf. The Mustang is prettier. It's sportier. It will get you laid more times than the Golf. Well, actually, the kind of girls that Golf spring. Anyway, I'm too old for that shit anyway. So Mustang looks better in my opinion, but the Golf looks freaking sick nasty. 2024, so this is a little bit older, so keep that in mind. We're ringing in at $38,676. We're getting 27 miles combined, so 1 mile per gallon better than the EcoBoost Mustang. 24 in the city, 33 on the highway. Reflex silver metallic, Titan black, and plaid cloth. Yes, it's got the GTI cloth in there. It looks so good. 2-liter. We've got, what kind of options we got going on here? Looks like we've got $405 charge for auto-dimming rear view mirror. Reflex silver metallic exterior, no charge. Titan black and plaid clear cloth interior, no charge. Monster mats, so we've got heavy-duty trunk liner for $300, so that's WeatherTech, Volkswagen's WeatherTech. First aid kit, roadside assistance, $110. 7-speed dual clutch automatic with Triptronic, no charge. $38,676. See that right there? Sunroof. That's a big thing. Some people need a sunroof. These are sports cars. Ford, I don't understand what the problem is. I don't know why you can't put a sunroof in there, but maybe one day you will. That's the only reason why I drive a Dodge Challenger, because you can get a sunroof in a Dodge Challenger and you can't in a Mustang. And I'm just too portly for a Camaro and I can't see out of them. I had one back in the day. Anyway, that's a different conversation. Back to the Golf. Got a big, huge out-of-body sunroof right there. Got 4 doors, so you can definitely fit 4 people in there. Hatchbacks. Hatchbacks versus trunks. Another way that the Golf will win. If you're single and you're moving or whatever, this has got about as much cargo space as like a S10 from back in the day. Not for tall things, but you can get all kinds of stuff. Those seats lay down both ways. Dual splitting rear seats. Over here in the horse does have a trunk, and it's a meaty trunk. Those seats do lay down, but the opening is a little weird, so keep that in mind. Friends, and if you do a lot of moving and stuff like that and you haul a bunch of crap in your car, the Golf wins handedly. I mean, it just does. All right, let's take a look at some interiors right here, shall we? All right, we got the clad cloth seats. What did he just say? Clad cloth seats right there. Hard plastic is going to be a little bit of a theme as we go through here. Volkswagen. We do have a little squishy squish right there. We got some nice suede inserts right there. Hard plastic down low. We'll get to those buckets in just a second. Look at them cloth plaids right there. We got vents on the back of the seats right there, on the back of the center console. Way to go, V-dub. Down below there, you've got some USB, some charging points, things like that. We've got mat pockets on both the back of the seats. There is your Volkswagen roadside assistance kit. Look at those GTI buckets. They look fantastic. Casey, I hate plaid. Well, then you're going to hate that interior. You can get it without the plaid cloth. It's just the plaid is kind of like a GTI thing. It goes. They've been doing it for a long time. Screens. Everything's about screens. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, bing, bada, boom, bada, beep, beep, ba, ba. Telescoping, scoping wheel. We got a little big bellied steering wheel going on right there. Look at the red stitchings everywhere. Got a little short stubby shifter right there, if you can even call that a shifter. Welcome. It's got a great start button. Springs to life. All right. It has some weird things. First of all, manual bottom seats, power back. It's the weirdest thing ever. Over there in the Mustang, it's a power bottom and a manual back. So if we took the seats and combined them, we could have one having manual all the way and one having power all the way. I don't understand this 50-50 power manual thing. It's got to be, I guess that way they get to say it's manual or power seats. Anyway, I don't know. My own little complaint that I really have about this is when you push one button, this whole little pad moves. It's not like one individual little button. Casey, that's awful bitchy. I know it is. I know it's awful bitchy, and I get it. I don't have a lot of complaints with this at all, but that right there is a complaint. That whole little pod of buttons moves when you move one piece. It's weird feeling. But anyway, we got everything right there. Heads up displays looking nice in there. Let's go ahead and do a few little things. We can do all of your shortcuts are right here. Modes, driver mode. So we got sport, comfort, ego mode, or you can set it up to make it do whatever you want to. Look at the scenery in the background. Okay, let's go to the climate. All right. Got dual zone climate control, got dual heated seats. You just slide that right there to get it to do whatever. Wait a minute, have we got one single climate control? No, we've got it on set. Okay, we've got it combined, so that's only on one. Anyway, sorry, excuse me, but dual power seats, dual zone climate control. Now, let's go ahead and push the menu button one more time. Now it lights up our cameras. Anyway, got stalks on the back right there, turn signals, headlights, bing, bada, boom, headlights right there. You do have some little paddle shifters right there. No paddle shifters over there in the EcoBoost. No manual in this and no manual over there. It's the future without manual transmissions. Get used to it. I'd say by 2030, maybe a Jeep, maybe a Bronco, possibly the Tacoma, but I don't think so. Manual transmissions are becoming extinct. Casey, that's bullshit. I can't believe that. Nobody's buying the damn things. They're not going to make it for them to sit there and have to discount $5 and $10 grand because nobody wants the damn thing. When automatic transmissions became faster than manual transmissions, it was about the end of the deal right there. Casey, you don't know what you're talking about. Manuals are a lot better. I'm not arguing that they are a lot better. I'm just saying now it's not important to get the manual unless you want to become one with the car, and that's something else. Pop that hood. It's just a single popper. There's your headlight controls. It does look nice. Everything is, the fit and finish is great in here. Very nice. Big honking horn there. It's your gearbox. Park. You just move the little stubby back and forth. and then you can use your paddles. All right, we'll leave the hood up on the Volkswagen and let it breathe and cool off. I do want to say one thing. There is an EcoBoost base model right here. You can tell by the wheels compared to that premium model. I did want to show the price on here. I'm not trying to say that a Volkswagen Jetta or Golf competes. I compare those because the prices are pretty close and they're both enthusiast cars, and that's about the extent of it. But right here, $39,600. So this one right here is within $1,000 of the Golf GTI. But remember, this is a 2025 model, and that's a 2024 model. Anyway, let's get back to the Grabber Blue. I love that color on them. They've been doing Grabber Blue for a long, long time. Talk about OG classics. You notice those wheels right there? S550 folk. You should recognize those wheels. Performance pack cars. Anyway, the sophomore year of the Mustang refresh. It's not going good for the Mustang. It's not going good for the Mustang at all. Ford is having a record year in recalls, and it's hurting a lot. It's not just hurting sales, it's hurting customer experience. It's hurting a lot of things. And the Mustang is not exempt. It's under a recall right now, I believe, underneath a couple of them. But anyway, that's negative, and let's talk about the positive. The second year of the S650, we've gone full electronic. No more analog, it's a bunch of screens. We've squished the rear end right there. Some people don't like that, some people hate it. I'm on the don't like it. But I will say this, as far as the nose, I'm digging the nose on the new horse. It looks good. It doesn't matter which color you put it in. It looks fantastic. Look at it right there in black. But right here on this Grabber Blue, looking good, looking good. All right, as far as interior, we've already touched on this, but I mean it as truthful as I can say it. Nobody sits in the back seat of a Mustang. You might be able to put a car seat, like, you know, you've done the one night stand thing in the Mustang. You've picked up the girl, which is what the point of the Mustang was. So you've got the baby seat now. It will fit back there for 1 or 2 years, but that's about the end of it. As far as door panels, they look very similar to the S550. The transmission tunnel is a little bit different because there is no more real e-brake. You got an e-brake, electronic e-brake in there. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, dual power seats in this one, or you can get a driver's power seat and none. Anyway, you know, it's just options. You pay for what you get. We got a semi big bellied steering wheel, just like over there in the GTI. A little bit more subtle. The EcoBoost, as we know, is just one of 3 models that is in Mustangville. This is more popular than the 5.0 though. Casey, I hate those screens. Those screens suck. I kind of like the screens, but they killed the twin hump dash when they got the screens. So, all right. Let's bring this horse to life. Let's resurrect this pony. All right. Let's go ahead and start over there on the far side. Big glove box right there. You can get a wireless charging pad down there. This one doesn't have a USB and USB-C. There's your shortcut button, the automatic start stop. You're rocking a 10-speed automatic. See, there is no S, no paddle shifters. No paddle shifters. That is now becoming L. S550 guys, you know what I'm talking about. There used to be an S right there. There's your electronic parking brake. You still got 2 cup holders. It's still a Mustang in here, so it's kind of small and tight. Performance car. I wouldn't even call this a muscle car anymore. This is more like the Camaro now, more performance driven. The S550 was so perfect in my mind, and this is just taking that and done a little bit better. They redone the 5.0. This is the 4th generation of the S6, or the 4th generation of the Coyote engine in the Mustang since 2015. So they're moving in the right direction. We'll look at the engines here in just a second. Anyway, let's go through right here. Let's go through some drive mode so you can see that looks like normal. Custom, do it the way you want. Slippery, moist, dripping, drag strip. I know the fuel level is low. We're on track right there. Then we got a little sport, and then back to normal. Okay, we already know about all the gas. You do have a telescoping stopping wheel, just like over there in the GTI. Got navigation on this. Let's see here. Why are we not popping up any screens for these nice, kind folks? Go to my Mustang right there. There's that cluster theme. Let's see if they've upgraded another cluster. Nope, we're still stuck. SVT is the latest upload, and that was done last year. There's the Fox body, but everybody's seen these 1,000,002 times. So we're not going to, hey, Ford, put a sunroof in here. Hey, Ford, put a sunroof in here. I think the Mustang loses sales because there's not a sunroof. You lost my sale. Anyway, let's look underneath the hood of this, Casey. See, they got room. Take out these little louvers right here. Just make it a smooth, and we can put it out of body right there. All right. One thing, I do want to make a little bit of a joke. Normally, when you're propping the hood rod on a Ford, propping the hood on a Ford Mustang, you're going to be using a rod. Ford finally gave it for the Mustang, folk. Look at that. Hood struts from the factory. Casey, that's silly. Mustang owners know that's a big deal. We've been begging for hood struts for years. There it is. The 2.3 liter Ford Focus RS engine. That's where it came from. Look at all the room in there. Casey, it ain't no Mustang if it's got a 4-cylinder. I do agree with that, but 315 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. I don't exactly know what V8 puts out those kinds of numbers, but I'm going to put it in there. Actually, I do. 4.6 liter 3-valve. Let's say the engine that the 5.0 replaced. Before the 5.0, there was a 4.6 3-valve. And I would be willing to bet that was 300 horsepower. And I can't remember the torque, but I'd say I'm real close. I'll put the numbers up there. Anyway, let's hear what this 2.3 horse sounds like. All right, little horsey, little EcoBoost horsey. Both of these cars are being taken over by technology. Are they great cars? Oh, hell yeah. Are they better than the first generation, the second generation, the third generation of what they've come up with? Yes, they are. But manual transmissions are what help make these two cars what they are. Manual transmissions are going away, and these two cars are perfect examples of it. You can't even get a manual behind that 2.3 in that Mustang anymore. The 7-speed dual clutch in the GTI is phenomenal. It shifts so fast. It is lightning quick. And it's better than the manual. But those manual transmissions, they put you in there. You feel a part of the car. You become part of the running gear. Anyway, that's enough of me running my sucker. If you've made it to this point, you're a hero. Have a hobbly.